Hello everyone, this has been Falcons Media Corner back again with a brand new AK After a Saw review episode for today, which this is going to be on another film that I saw that was released in 2021, which this film I wanted to talk to you guys for quite a bit on my channel since a few of my friends have already reviewed this on their channel. So since I have a day off work, I've decided I should review this film straight away, so now I have the chance to do it. So today's review I'm here to talk to you guys about is the 2021 biographical crime drama, and that is House of Gucci. So, House of Gucci, this was directed by Ridley Scott, and this was his second movie to be released in the exact same year of 2021, which his first film to be released last year was The Last Duel, which I really enjoyed. The Last Duel. I thought The Last Duel was a great historical epic drama with Matt Damon, Adam Driver, Jodie Comer, and Ben Affleck, although it didn't do really well at the box office, though, but it did really well with critics and audiences when it was released in October of last year. And I thought the film was I personally thought the film was great, and I will do an in-depth review of that movie whenever I want to. So like I said, this is Ridley Scott's second film to be released this year, second movie to be released this year, and this is another film that's also based on true events, just like The Last Duel did. So in House of Gucci, the story of the film is that we follow this outsider woman named Patrizia Reggiani, played by Lady Gaga, who she meets this man named Maurizio Gucci, played by Adam Driver, who he's part of this rich family known as the Guccis, which is the Guccis, and he's part of the part of the legacy, like the fashion legacy, and which is part of this. He's part of their legacy, which they're known for the fashion industry and all that, and for the fashion empire and all that, and so. Patrizia, she marries Maurizio Gucci, and she becomes a member of the Gucci family. And what happens is, in the film, she starts to overturn their legacy, and then it starts to spiral out of control, which starts to cause betrayal, revenge, and even murder. So that's basically the story of House of Gucci. Now, House of Gucci, I was really excited for this movie last year, and this was one of my most anticipated movies for November of last year, along with other ones I was looking forward to November, like Encanto, Eternals, King Richard, and Ghostbusters Afterlife, and Spencer. Those I was really looking forward to, along with this. So, and there were a few reasons I was looking forward to this movie, because of the director, Ridley Scott, because I'm a massive fan of Ridley Scott's work. I love Alien, Blade Runner, and Gladiator, which those are his best ones. And while he's got a few ones that people don't tend to talk much for when it comes to his films, which some kind of find them to be a bit underrated, though. But I do tend to enjoy. Well, he's got a few misses under his belt, though. But still, though, he is a great director. I was really looking forward to seeing what he can do for a film like this, since this is another film that's based on true events, like what he did with The Last Duel. Other reasons I was looking forward to it was the cast. Lady Gaga, who I absolutely love her so much. I am a massive fan of Lady Gaga. I loved her in A Star Is Born. I was really looking forward to seeing what she can do for a film like this. You got Adam Driver, which I thought he was amazing, of course, in Star Wars, the sequel trilogy, and he was also great in outside of other works of Star Wars like BlacKkKlansman and Marriage Story. And you've got Jared Leto, which I thought he was fantastic in Dallas Buyers Club, and I was looking forward to seeing him in this. Jeremy Irons, which he's a great actor, and I loved him in. Of course, I love him as Scar in The Lion King, the original classic Disney film. Salma Hayek, which I think she's a lovely actress. Which I've seen in a few hit or miss with her, but I do think she's really talented. And you've got the legendary Al Pacino, which I love him as an actor. He's such a legendary actor, from Godfather, Scarface, so many iconic classics he's done. So, and the trailers really interested me of what the film was going to be about, and that's another reason why I was looking forward to it, other than just the director and the cast. But when the reviews dropped by for the film, I was surprised what critics were saying about it, because this was really unexpected for me, because I thought this film was going to be another great hit from Ridley Scott. But unfortunately, critics were mixed on this movie. But for audiences, they tend to enjoy this a bit more than critics with this. So I went to see this on the 27th of November of last year, and after seeing the film, I actually like The Last Duel a lot more than this, though. This is not by any means House of Gucci was bad. I didn't hate House of Gucci. I thought House of Gucci was good, but I personally like The Last Duel a lot more than this, though. don't get me wrong. There's a lot of things. There are a few things I liked in House of Gucci. The acting all around, all the actors from the film. You know, Lady Gaga, Adam Driver, Jared Leto, Jeremy Irons, Salma Hayek, and Al Pacino. I thought everyone in this film were fantastic in the movie. Mostly Lady Gaga. I thought she gave another fantastic performance since A Star Is Born. But I wouldn't say this is my favorite performance from Lady Gaga from her. But it's definitely a great performance I've seen from this act from her, and I think she's going to do really well as an actress in the future, since what she brought to light from A Star Is Born. And Adam Driver, I thought he was great in the film, as well as Jared Leto, Al Pacino, Jeremy Irons, Salma Hayek. Everyone was great, but my favorite performance in this movie has got to be Lady Gaga as Patrizia Reggiani. And the direction by Ridley Scott, it's a beautiful looking film for a film like this, since this is a true story and it has a mixture of crime to drama to it. It's a beautiful looking film for the costumes and all that from the Gucci Empire, and stuff like that, and as well as for the products from Gucci. I thought it looked absolutely beautiful and gorgeous to look at on screen, as well as for the location shooting of the film. I thought it looked really nice as well for a film like this. There's a lot of good, beautiful. There are some good scenes of imagery in this film, which I thought Ridley Scott did another great job with that. But the problems I had with House of Gucci is less structured story. It was really less structured because it just didn't know what was going. Because I just didn't even know like what was going on in the film, when it doesn't follow enough much to the whole true events that happened. It was mostly due to its campy tone, which I was really surprised. This film was pretty campy as well. I didn't expect that after I saw the trailers for this movie, because while I was watching it, there are some campy moments and there are some campy lines of dialogue which I just did not see that coming. I was just surprised to see that for a film like this, and it just kind of didn't really fit in that well for a movie like this. And another problem I had, along with this less structured story and its campy tone, was the runtime. I kind of found the runtime to be a bit too longer. I thought it would have been a couple minutes longer. It kind of felt like the runtime was a couple minutes longer from its 2 hours and 37 minutes runtime. I kind of found it was a bit longer than that. Even though The Last Duel was a 2.5 hour movie, this is a bit longer than that. This is a couple minutes longer than that one. But that was just another problem I had with this movie. But in the end, though, House of Gucci, I still had a good time with the film, despite the problems that I had with this film that were kind of hurting this film, which again was the less structured story, the tone as well, and its runtime, which those were my problems with the film. But other than that, though, like I said, there were a few there were a few things I liked in this movie, which the performances were great enough, and the costumes were great, and it is a beautiful looking film by Ridley Scott. But this is not one of his best works in a long time. This is not his absolute worst or anything. Don't get me wrong. It's not a worst film. It's not his worst film, but it's a good watch though. But if I would have to watch it again, I would just have to watch it just once a year, just once, not all the time. Like say I watch it again, like say if I was going to watch this today and tomorrow and all that, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it like that for this film. I would just have to watch it once, and I just wish it would have been a great film, but with the problems that the film but the problems that this film had, I would just say this is only a good watch though. Not a great watch, just a good watch for me. I'm going to give House of Gucci a 3.5 out of 5. Like I said, I thought the film would have been great than ever from the way I was expecting, but unfortunately, with the problems this film had for me, I just wish it would have been a lot more better. But this is not a disappointing film for me of all yet. This wasn't a disappointing movie for me for last year, and I wouldn't say this is Ridley Scott's worst film, since I am a fan of his work. But if there are a few ways, if you are interested, I would recommend this film if you are interested in this movie. If you're a fan of the director Ridley Scott, or if you're a fan of the stars like Lady Gaga, or if you're well known about the Gucci history, this would be a cup of tea. And if you miss your chance to see this in cinemas, you can either rent this film if you're on the app of your choice, or just wait to get the film in your physical media of your choice. I would probably pick this up on my own physical media of my choice soon. So thank you guys so much for watching for my AK After a Store review on House of Gucci. Let me know what you think of House of Gucci if you have seen this already. Did you have a really great time with it, or were you massively disappointed with this movie? So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more reviews. And as always, this is Ben Foggins Media Corner signing off.